Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Lost Odyssey. Today we're on a boat. And honestly, don't know which way I need to go. Is there a map? There was a quick the landing spot. So okay. Over here definitely looks like some place we can land. We cannot land though. Okay. Now, there's another spot over here that looks like we can land. Also kind of looks like there's a giant hole. Land. Okay, so there is a button. Northern coast. Okay. Interesting. Landing point at Numara, northern coast. Okay, so yeah, let's check it out. Numara Atoll. What if you die instantly? Well, good thing I just loaded a save. Is that a tornado? A squall? A save point at the very least. Babe. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say there's gotta be something around here. It's not a very big area, which is fine by me.
Not too smart, eh?
But Queenie, Jesus Christ, that's a cool. Okay. Sure. Attack. Spell. Aqua. Flare. In. Probably should try putting him to sleep. Dick. Okay, you didn't run. Oh, fuck me sideways. Okay, not flare then. Okay. Oh, she needs to learn that. All right, can we please maybe don't all aqua. Maybe try ground. Don't, you bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. So is this a leveling place? I want to at least beat one of them, right? At the very least, I need to beat one of them. Now, is that actually gonna happen? No, probably not, actually, no. Queen Bop. Let's see. Let's put the anti-thing on you. Can I ram this? No. Ram this? No. Ram. Oh, chest. Don't need to ram that. Regenerate. Cool. I'll just say it like that, Chronos. No, don't worry. Okay, give me more metal dudes. Make this be the island of metal dudes. It is the island of metal dudes. Okay, cool. Combo, there. Steel? No, steel. Maybe. I don't have the thing on me, huh? How did I get that off? You steel. We'll do all ground. You do ground too. You do shadow. Oh, okay. Damage up. So they are weak to ground. That's bullshit. That's super bullshit. Feel the steel. On me, please. That's unfortunate. On me, please. 2 turns for Queen Bop. What the fuck? Okay, shadow. Just ground. Just use ground. Okay, combo. Steel. Continue. Ground. Don't run. Okay, we have 1 turn to beat these guys then. Fair enough. I have an earth ring, do I not?
I wish I was stronger.
I wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. I should have put the earth ring on, you're right. I should have put the fucking thing that lets me see their shit on.
Just calm down, okay?
Okay, you are not what I was expecting. But cool, I'm gonna try to steal from you anyways. You look like you're weak to ground. And ground, and maybe more ground. Told you. Look, I gotta beat one of them. I want to see what they... That is fucking no damage. Healing herb, huh? Okay, so he's going... you can do magic. Should probably equip magic onto him, huh? Yeah. Good. That's not good. So, how much health do you have, buddy? Are you about to kill all of us? If that's true, why did you give us a healing herb? Like, how bad could you possibly be if your item of stealing is a healing herb? You have one more turn to charge up? That's worrying. Oh, we're fucked. Just telling by the name there, we are fucked. Unless we're in the back row, apparently. So, how close to death do you think this guy is? Nice! Good counter! I should have saved. You know that's not gonna stop him, Chronos. It might. Please, can you do the 2 charge thing? Okay. You gotta be almost dead, man. I have definitely hit you for almost 3,000 experience, not experience, health. Okay, Kime's back.
Thanks.
Sorry about that.
Seth's back. Guys, I hate to break it to you. You're probably fucking gonna die again. You know, you can just do that too, and... Okay, good. Perfect. Oh, we got another turn. Great. I probably should have had Cook attack. That's fine. You don't have any GC, Chronos. You're fucked. Yeah, you're probably right. I was hoping he would go down a turn. Okay, please don't kill the mages in the back. While we clapping, maybe I'm on crack. Oh, we are all dead. Alright, sorry, Cook and Mac. You actually died there, we did not. Okay, quit game. Checkpoint has... Okay, quit game. Couldn't you just load the last save? We're going back. Of course we're going back. You can't stop me. Oh, shit. Well, I was going to meet you back on the island after I get regenerate. But if you press the right trigger, it brings up the map. That's what I was looking for earlier. Neat. Oh, shit. Yes. Dude, yes. Okay. We need to kill. Okay. So is that okay? Okay. And then you can have this one. All right. I actually haven't gotten anything yet. Oh, so I did put the anti-kilo thing on her. I'd also then put Turntail on Seth because she's faster than all of us. And if we run into Frog Monster again... Oh, I also put on the status and treasure analysis on Kime. I almost said Rollins. I think it's because Seth messed me up there. Alright, but I want these guys. The silver dudes. Please be these guys. It is these guys. Cool. Okay. One, what do you have? Mana Herb. Okay, cool. Attack, attack. So composite magic round is 2 turns. That is bullshit. Stop with the bullshit. Chronos. No! The bullshit. I was hoping for... Fuck. A perfect. Also a perfect. Great. God fucking damn it. You suck. Alright, fine. Fine. That's fine. Your mother wears army boots. I don't even know what that insult means.
Like taking candy.
It's a Monty Python thing. Monty Python thing? Yeah, Monty Python thing. There we go. You should probably look it up, right? Could be something super offensive. Like, when you look in the mirror every morning, Chronos? Okay. Yeah, fine. You know, it's cool. Fuck you. So, now that I've made myself sad, let's save, because we have the treasures. I mean, there might be a treasure up there. I'm assuming there is. I saved when we got here. Saving again. You should probably check out that new super duper bronze spirit thing? Yeah. Yeah, bronze spirit band. Enables level 2 spirit magic. Okay. I mean, that's fine. He has that. He has up to level 3. That's kind of... It's fucking a waste, but it's fine. Okay. Where does that regenerate? Oh, it's a level 2 spell. Okay. We are missing a level 1. There's nothing up here? I don't believe you. There's gonna be something. There's nothing up here. Alright, please be silver dudes. Like, oh, it's one silver dude. Yeah. Fear me, for I am here. Can I use this on you? You like a fucking Phoenix down on a zombie dude? No? Cool. What if I put you to sleep? Can I do that? Let's try today. Perfect. Hit him. 2 damage, baby. Damn it. Don't flee. Fuck. We're beating one. We're beating one. Also, what's up here? Is this like a super boss area or something that we're going to have to come back to later? I don't see anything. Okay, stop for a second. Look for shiny things. I don't see shiny shit. What over here? What about this rock? Is there something on this rock? Please be silver dudes. Silver bell.
You got it.
Okay. Alright, we got this. 1. Nothing wrong with me. 2. Nothing wrong with me. 3. Put to sleep. And then oh, we all get to go first, huh? Perfect. I thought for sure perfect meant I would always hit it. What the fuck, game? I thought for sure. That's unfortunate. On me? That's fine. We can't see how much health it has because I don't have that one on. Shit. Maybe I could curse it. Perfect. Hit it. God. Damn it. Come on. You headbutt the mic, Chronos? No, I went to lean over and my fucking headset hit the mic. Can I kick you? My menu went away for a second and I thought for sure that there was something happening. All right, fine. No, that's fine. It's cool. I'm fine. I'm cool. I will see you when I beat one. Chronos, that might take a while. I will see you when I beat one. All right, I finally got into a counter with one. I don't think I'm gonna kill these guys. Really, Chronos? Yeah. Not unless I get, like... Are items fixed damage? Like, if I... Can I even buy those? Like, if I go buy a bunch of ground bombs, can I come back here and then fuck them up? Because, yeah. 980. Again, maybe the ring I have does, like, a ton of damage. The Kilo Killer guy thing I have.
That was close.
So, maybe if I can only just fucking hit them with it. But I think... Okay, we'll get into one more battle. And then... I was running from... you know, I didn't even check the HP for the other dude.
Let your guard down, eh?
Okay. Hopefully Kaim actually hits this time. Please. Ah, shit. I want to hit him at least once. But I didn't... I thought these guys probably have like 10 health or something, right? Something small. Like a metal slime, right? Is like, yo, they only have like fucking 6 HP. Obviously I'm talking about metal slimes, but these guys, I was kind of assuming the same deal. Because we were doing 1 damage to them, even with spells. Doesn't seem to be the case. That's fine. Okay. Perfect for you. Of course you missed. Please hit. God damn it. Wow, okay. So we gotta leave. We got the bracelet and the fucking regenerate spell. It's like, this shit's not even actually doing any damage anymore, which is impressive. Come on, Kaim, at least hit. Maybe a crit also probably would do a ton of damage. Hit crit, please. Fuck! I just want to see. I want to see how much extra damage it does. It probably doesn't do that much.
What a waste of time.
But if it does like 1,000 damage on them... Alright, I've wasted enough time. Yeah, I could not for the life of me actually hit them, so... Northern coast of Numara. Can I actually explore the northern coast? No, it just puts me there. Sure. Let's see. Oh, okay, so there's a blinking place over there. I'm assuming we cannot exit the white thing. From the looks of it. Let's see. Those are shoals, I would assume. Not shoals. It's a storm. Okay, you just checking. Man, I thought I found a really good... Oh, okay. I was not actually expecting a cutscene. Goodbye.
We're not gonna make it! Turn back! The waves are gonna smash us to pieces!
Yeah. Queen, why were you standing up? Thank you for that enlightening cutscene. Oh, that's what I saw in the distance. I just wanted to check behind here, because who knows? There could be hidden spots. Probably not, Chronos. Yeah, probably not. Can I go? We can jump? What? That doesn't make any sense. Did they say we could jump? I was trying to go faster. Oh, I didn't mean to go in there. I actually did want to talk to Seth again, just to get more controls. But, hey, Seth. No, not you, Queen. Okay, Seth? Yes. Uh-huh, left stick, right. Yeah, I see that. Pressed, yeah. A will land. Make the world map appear. Clicking the right stick. Okay. Alright. I was wondering about that, but at the same time, what do you mean I can jump? That's silly. I'm assuming there's going to be, like, a reason for this. Flight. Jumping over that white shit over there. That seems dangerous. To be perfectly blunt. Even Emily Blunt. But, yeah. So we can't land over here. Maybe the island's down there? I don't see anything glowing. I'm assuming the only places we can land are glowing, not glowing, but that have that icon thing on it. I guess it kind of is hard to see. You might be able to make it out on the recording. It does kind of blend in. But, I don't know, that seems too easy. This is silly. This is so stupid. Oh, why didn't Suikoden 4 have this feature? There's gotta be a reason, right? Okay, don't go too close to the edge over there. Because you don't want to get, I'm assuming, into that cutscene again. There's nothing on this side? There's the port. Wow. Yeah, I thought for sure that other sandy knoll place, or shore place, was going to be a place we could land, but apparently not. I guess we'll just go for that icon. Right up here. Going to Gats? I think I called it Goatsy last time. Don't Google that. You want to explain that? No, I don't. If they sell ground bombs here, I might go back. Because they do like 150-ish damage, right? At least they have before, so nice kick. 5 of us, if they don't run away, should be fine.
Not with the captain's engine on board.
You think you're so cool now that you're a pirate?
She's not a pirate.
Well, I'm gonna teach you a thing or two about the pirate code.
I'm gonna beat a child.
And what code would that be?
What code? Well, that would be a secret pirate code that we would do if we had the time.
Head.
Hey, Grandpa! Wow, you have Cook is such a and what a kick! Boy, she's strong. That Cook. Ha ha.
Just elbows her in the head.
I have no idea what you've just said.
Well, what I'm saying is that Cook is as cute as a button. She's just, oh, you must be proud.
You lying creep. Cook, it hurts when you get kicked, you know?
Like, yeah, that's why I do it.
But he insulted the captain. Isn't that right, Captain?
She just leaves.
Captain?
Let's see. Are we getting a dream with you? Said. Are we actually getting a dream with you? Or just a flashback? A dream has been revealed. Holy shit! Hail, wondrous beast, that name, proud descendant of the White-Winged clan. You alone were my irreplaceable companion. Would it anger you to hear me call us two of a kind? Were we not, in fact, a perfect combination, you and I, bound together by a single thread, a gossamer thread we know as loneliness? Iria? I don't know. No. That name? I owe you my life. Not, of course, that you saved my life in the ordinary sense of the world. Mine is not a life that can be lost under any circumstance. It is irrevocable burden. I will not die, cannot die, and therefore my life was not for you to save. What you said, or what you saved, I now see was not my life, but my heart. Aww. Back then, long ago, yeah, long centuries ago, I was a pirate, the only woman pirate on the open seas. Seth Balmore. The name was known to all that plied the sea. Some spoke my name in fear and trembled, while others voiced it with deepest admiration. Some even called me the Righteous Buccaneer. Nor were they far wrong, I'd say. The pirate ship I commanded had rules that were clear and strict. We targeted only one kind of vessel, those opulent passenger ships that wealthy boarded for pleasure cruises. We would put a bit of scare into the passengers, of course, maybe rough them up a little bit, but killing was strictly forbidden. Boo! All we did was squeeze a few coins, for a few drops of treasure out of the purses of those who had more money than they knew what to do with. We traded our booty for cash, relatable, with shadowy dealers, and the money we shared in the world's den of poverties. I would cringe at being called the champion of justice, but we prided ourselves on being far more than villains. I became a pirate for one simple reason. I hated the law, and I hated even more those who flaunted the law for their own self-aggrandizement. In a word, I wanted a life of freedom. Whenever I stood at the prow of a pirate ship slicing its way through the waves, I viewed the vast ocean stretched out beneath the clear blue skies. I felt enveloped in the joy of having taken limitless freedom in my own two hands. True, I need not traffic in the fear of death and aging known to all who count as human. And because I will neither age nor die, infinite time means for me infinite freedom. Not bad, wouldn't you say? I'm so jealous. I would spy the ship that would be our... Not the pirate thing, of course, that's stupid. I'd spy the ship that would be our day's quarry. I was always the first to board it, springing lightly onto their deck with a shout. I am Seth Balmore, fear my might. Now be good and hand over your money and valuables. Then, taking the booty we had snatched, men and I would raise a cry of victory, leap back into our ship. I was absolutely free. Nothing stood in my way. Eternal life overflowing with freedom. Not bad, wouldn't you say? Righteous Buccaneer, what kind of fancy pants nonsense is that? How about pirate bitch? Of course, one always hears such jealous ravings in all walks of life, especially so in the thuggish world of pirates. Needless to say, I knew I had many enemies. Even a child would realize that being called a Righteous Buccaneer could only increase the number who hated me among such raping and pillaging brigands as pirates of the sea. But I didn't care about that. I could be stabbed with a knife and blasted with a cannon, and I still would not die. Immortal Seth, they called me. And it was literally true, not just a figure of speech. I won't get in your way, I told the other pirates, but I won't let you get in mine either. I was afraid of nothing and no one. I lived the way I wanted to live and wouldn't, or shouldn't have, let anyone interfere with me. I went wrong once, but that was all it took. In the moment of carelessness, I let them capture me. Of course, that alone was nothing for me to be afraid of. As I kept mentioning, I can never age or die. It would have done them no good trying to kill me, and they knew that. The most they could do would be rough me up a little and threaten to make it worse for me next time. They had to do something to show their men how tough they were. They couldn't just let me hone in on the pirate game and pretend it never happened. So, I said, hurry up with the torture, will you? I haven't got all day. We were in a cave on a desert island. I was in handcuffs and leg irons and surrounded by half a dozen huge men, all known pirate captains, one of them holding a long, thick chain. I was sick to my stomach just looking at your sweaty face. Come on, hurry up and beat me with the chain, or would you rather strangle me? Whatever you choose, hurry and get it over with. The men laughed out loud. Hurry and get it over with, said the leader. Too bad for you, Seth, but this punishment is not the kind that can be hurried. I'm just sorry we can't stay with you to the end. Yeah, chimed in other men. Unlike a monster like you, we humans don't have all the time in the world. Okay, man, let's make it fast, the way the lady wants it. Licking his lips, the men with change approached me, and 2 other men grabbed my arms from the sides. They weren't going to use the chain as an instrument of torture, but to rob me of my liberty. They chained me to a gigantic boulder in the cave. They were laughing so hard they could hardly contain themselves. Just what you need, Seth, huh? And it's the end of the road for you. We can't shoot you, we can't stab you to this, so we'll just lock you up. We'll never come back to this island again. Even a half-baked pirate like you knows it's not on any sea lanes. No fishing boats either. And right about now, your men have gone off looking for the wrong island. We're the only ones who know who we brought you here. Not even our crew knows where we are. Nobody's coming to save you, that's for sure. Well, you'll be in here forever. Can't move a muscle, can't even die, all by yourself for the rest of eternity. I mean, eventually, like, you could probably create enough fiction to loosen the rock a little bit. Not loosen it, but like, what's it called? The road where you are. If you're immortal, like, a normal person, not so much. An immortal, you have all the time in the world to do that shit. With that, the men walked out of the cave, leaving me there with a single lantern. Cowards, I screamed, don't run off like that, don't do this to me. But the only response was a hollow echo of my own voice in the cave. The lantern the men left behind was not meant to be a kindness, but rather the opposite. It was a prop in their little drama. When it finally ran out of oil and went dark, it would impress on me the weight of eternal solitude. As long as the lamp kept glowing, I was filled with rage for the men. But when the oil was running low and the flame began to flicker, a deep anxiety assaulted me. Unable to move, I stared blankly at the flame. Eternity. This world has no such things, or perhaps it should not have. A solitude. I was always alone. Or more precisely, I always ended up alone. It was my destiny. I could be surrounded by companions whose feelings matched my own perfectly. I could share the deepest love with another, but in the end, I would always have to lose them. Do you know what it feels like to see countless others succumb to death while you yourself are on the road of endless life? I wish! But in your case, you do have some idea. As I watched, the lamp of the cave went out. A world of darkness spread out before me. And there I was, alone. No more would I taste the sorrow of parting, but neither would I be able to taste the joy of meeting eternally without and alone. I did not try to shout. People shout and scream for one reason only, because they want someone to hear them, because they believe in someone somewhere would hear their cries. I did, however, shed tears. Which is not to say I wept, but there is no way the immortal woman pirate Seth Ballman would ever break down and cry. A tiny tremor went through the darkness. That is all it was. And then I noticed, oh, tears are coming out of me. Really, that's all it was. I'm not crying. The hours passed. Or perhaps it was days. In the darkness, I lost track of the flow of time. There was something else I lost track of. If all there was left for me to do was stay by myself, struggling against eternal solitude, incapable of even rotting away, then what was the purpose of my living in this world? Perhaps the men who trapped me here had been right, unable to either die or age. Perhaps I was some kind of monster. Then why was such a monster living in this world? What was I supposed to do here? Keep trying to get out. I do not know the answer to this. I would never know the answer to the end of my never-ending life. I felt frustration, sorrow, but above all, fear. Eternity was frightening to me. Solitude was frightening to me. Now you get used to it. I might have been troubling. Or without even the energy for that, I might have been utterly drained. Whatever it was I was feeling, then it happened. That is when you first appeared before me. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Andrea? It's not Andrea, it's Andrea? I don't know. A tiny burst of light softened the darkness. From the light, almost before I could wonder what it was, came a voice. Are you two trapped in the prison of solitude? Who is that? In the light, a flash of white wings. Then, with a sudden increase of size and brightness, the light seared my eyes. Accustomed to total darkness, my eyes could not stand the glare, and for an instant, they could not see anything at all. Ah! It's bright! Grimacing, I clamped my eyes shut before daring to open them little by little. There before me hovered a pure white glowing beast. The white wings were breathtakingly beautiful. How beautiful you are! But yours was not a florid beauty. No, it was subtly different. Your beauty wore a cloak of loneliness. I like you. I'm like you. When I cocked my head to look at you with puzzlement, you continued. I've been looking for someone like you for a very long time. You spoke slowly, majestically. Oh, mortal woman pirate, you and I share a single destiny. You knew who I was. Together, let us escape the solitude and make our way together. You said, your eyes locked onto mine. Can I see this thing? Escape from solitude. The words continued ringing in my ear. But I don't know who you were. I could not even be sure what you were, nor could I leap joyfully at the invitation I could not tell as a friend or foe. Who are you? I am Anria, from the White Wing Clan. White Wing Clan? I've heard the name before, but the White Wing Clan... the White Wing Clan said to be wondrous beasts who had become extinct in distant pasts. I've heard of the White Wing Clan died a long time ago. I'm the last of my bloodline. The only survivor? Indeed, as I said at the last, which is why you speak of solitude. At that point, almost before I knew it, a weak, almost self-mocking smile crept on my face. I felt myself lowering my guard as I spoke to you. My chains, however, were digging even deeper into my flesh, shackling my heart as well. You used the phrase prison of solitude before. It's true, this is a prison. Being alone for eternity is a prison without bars. You nodded at these words of mine in silence, but then you said, I was in a prison too until just now. I'm sure it's true to be the only living thing. I spent far too long time alone. I know what you mean. In the legend, members of the White Wing clan are thought to live 1,000 years, but even if they were to live on for several centuries, a sole survivor could never meet a female member of the clan of the White Wing and hope to make children with her. The clan will never rise again. The sole survivor must live out the remainder of his days alone, until cloning exists. In order to conquer this unbearable loneliness, you said, I would meet someone to make her way with me. Then you'd looked hard at me. Oh, pirate woman, are you not of the same mind? I nodded in agreement. But then I made a point of smiling, said as casually I could, in other words, you're lonely. Your beautiful face softened, and you said this with some embarrassment. I wonder. According to the legend, I have heard it, the clan of White Wings are proud and love their solitude. This only increased your embarrassment, and you said, solitude has its limits. That did it. I decided to trust you then and there. Well, if that's how you feel, you should come right out and say it. I want company. Company? All right. A companion. A companion? Exactly. So you decided. I'll team up with you. That ended all hesitation. Just as you saw in me one to make your way together, I put my trust in you. Let's go wild on the high seas, I cried. Isn't that what make our way together means? You mean that I could become a pirate? You don't like the idea? He paused for the space of one breath and chuckled softly. I always wanted to give it a try. No sooner were the words out of your mouth that you leaped at me. With one bite, you cut through the thick chains that held me down. Oh, wondrous beast. Proud descendant of the White Wing clan. This is how you and I first met. In the 900 years since then, we raged over the open sea more than wildly than I ever had before. When I stood at the prow of the pirate ship in search of prey, you were always there beside me. We became irreplaceable partners, friends, companions, family, and we should probably find them then? You said they lived for 1,000 years though, right? So they might be on their way out. Okay, you're crying, so they're gone. Also, I thought that was gonna go a lot darker there for a second. I'm glad it didn't.
Cook, you're crying. I remembered some things from a long time ago. You mean when you were a pirate? And remembering made you cry? I've always been a pirate. I was crying because of something that happened that I regret.
Did you kill the white beast thing? White wing thing? Tosca? Tosca? I thought there was going to be that place we were supposed to go. But that's fine. Hopefully you have, like, a shop. So I can see if you sell bombs. Oh, you motherfucker. Well, it's not the silver ones, but still. Rubbing it in my face at this point.
Kyle.
Oh, hey.
Look, it's Kyle.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Kyle's back.
Is this my village? Did I spread my seeds here?
Good to see you again, Kyle. But you haven't changed a bit.
Yeah, that happens. Hi, what do you know? No, I'm not leaving already. I'm gonna go to the store. Okay, I'm assuming we're gonna get another memory then soon. What is that? The Black Cave? Okay, never mind. I guess you don't want to repeat it to me. Or the Taz military is even coming to this village to draft new recruits. Oh, fun. Draft time. Alright, so, where you and Sarah lived. Oh! Still there. Northern Cape. Okay. What's with the statues? Can't go there without traversing the Cape. Okay. I'm gonna use this ladder. I'm gonna probe this, though. Don't judge me! Seed. Okay, but why the statues? Like, I get it, they're kind of cute. They remind me of the Kappa things from, the Imp things from Final Fantasy VI. But... oh, this is all that's up here? Is there a quest for these? Okay. I hope I didn't make these. Kyle, we're gonna have a long conversation if, like, 300 years ago we came to this fucking village and we're like, I'm gonna make these fucking statues. I'm gonna spend 100 years doing it. I mean, sure, I guess over a time, why not? But still. Variety, my dude. It's an income. Look, it's been a long voyage and I'm sure you're tired, so why don't we call it a day here, okay? No. No. I wanted to go to the shop. But if you're gonna be a dick about it, no. Nothing? Okay. What was that? Oh, cool. I'm pretty great. Gave this to me as a keepsake. It's really valuable. Okay. Magic Power Locator level 1. Try it out now. See if there's hidden treasure. Oh, excuse me? Treasures that really high up lies in... okay. View treasure hunting tutorial. Use the magic powered locator. You'll be able to look for treasures hidden all over the world. But to find treasures, you must obtain information of the whereabouts of those treasures. Oh, that sucks. Once you get the information on the treasure, it will appear on the treasure screen within the item menu. When you have the magic powered locator information, there will be a glowing point on the navigation map where you can enter the area which the treasure is held. The treasure is hidden at the glowing point. Search for it in the nearby location. You can increase the output of the magic power locator, enabling you to find a lot more treasure than the level 1 locator. I actually thought for a second that it was going to, like... oh, there's a ladder here. I thought it was going to be something we could highlight things that had interactable items in it. This is cool, too. I wish there was, like... examine. We didn't have to look for it, we just activated it. Dark Crystal Staff! Dark Crystal Ring! Aye. Okay, so is that for Queen? Or is it for Cook? She's a little young to be accessing dark stuff. We can't even equip it. Because no one's in my party. What a bunch of bitches. Hello? I've been in my fair share of battles, but one day, just as I was swinging my sword at someone, I suddenly thought, man, I wish I could be a baker. I have no idea how thought like that came to me, but after that battle, I quit the army. I made my living baking bread ever since. It's the only thing I know how to make. Kime has gotten a memory of when he used to bake bread. Well, okay, this is probably it for what we're doing today. The hero was home from the war. He had performed gallantly on the battlefield, advanced to the rank of general, and made a triumphal entry into the village of his birth. The villagers welcomed him with a festive celebration. The grown-ups were treated to drinks beginning in the afternoon, and the children received sweet confections. The cattle and the sheep and the pastures that supported the village's livelihood, whether because they were excited by the unusual commotion or were welcoming the hero in their own way, sent especially shrill cries reverberating in the blue sky, summer sky, because they knew the celebration was going to require meat. General, you are the pride of our village. Obviously full of pride himself, the head of the village thrust his chest out as he delivered his congratulatory address in the welcoming ceremony. To think that the foremost hero in the army came from this tiny village is so incredibly exhilarating and gratifying. I'm sure our ancestors were overjoyed as well. The throng crammed into the village square burst forth with cheers and applause. According to the official figures released by the army the other day, General, you brought down at least 2,000 enemy soldiers with your own hands. That is a high kill count. A thunderous roar shook the square. That's fucking a huge kill count. I guess it's kind of hard to keep track of, too, I would imagine. But still, come to think of it, the population of the village is less than 1,000. That means, sir, that you managed to bury more than 2 of these villages worth of your own. How fortunate for us that you were not one of the enemies. If by any chance there had been a warrior of your caliber on their sides, we'd all be wrestling at the hilltop graveyard by now. A few of the women frowned momentarily at this remark, but all the men, full of liquor, resounded with an explosive laugh. Sitting stage center, the general lightly stroked his dignified beard. No one present knew that this was his habit whenever he was perplexed. When he left his village to join the army, he was just an ordinary soldier a long way from growing a beard. General, you are truly a savior of our army and, indeed, of our entire nation. I understand you will be leaving for another battle tomorrow, but we all hope that you will thoroughly enjoy yourself on this rare visit to your birthplace. The village chief ended his greeting and withdrew to the wings, whereupon the village number's 1 entertainer bounded onto the stage in the most comical way he could manage. "Dear General," he cried, running over to where the great man was seated and going down on his knees. "Oh, hear my plea." The general looked at him uncertainly. "Is there any possibility that you would lend me a sword at your side for only a moment?" Perplexed though he was by all this, the general, impelled by the audience's applause and cheers, handed the man his tazzled. Like a tazzle. Okay, I get it. You're right, Chronos, don't worry. Jewel-encrusted sword. I want a jewel-encrusted sword. The man bowed deeply as the sword entered his outstretched hand, and he cried, "My gratitude knows no bounds." Pretending to stagger under the weight of the sword, he came to the front end edge of this. I would not give this man my sword. The stage and held the weapon aloft. "Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will reenact the events that raised our dear general's fame to the heights in a single bound, when he hacked 18 of the enemy into tiny little bits." The audience cheered wildly, and the man, with exaggerated movements and commentary, swung the sword in a great arc. The audience knew exactly what he was doing. The general had not only made a name for himself for his strategic prowess, but was also widely acclaimed as a warrior on the battlefield. He did not rely solely on his weapon, but in the end leveled his opponent with his sheer physical strength. This too was a matter of the utmost pride of the village. "Here we go! 1 man down, 2 men down, flip that sword back, 3 men down. 4th man slashed diagonally right through the shoulder. 5th man's head going flying. Oof! Then 3 at once. 6, 7, 8. What a bother. I'll just skewer you like this. I mean, you put it this way, it's kind of morbid. The man thrust the sword through 3 imaginary opponents and the crowd went wild. The general too broke into a smile and applauded. Yeah, I thought for sure this clown was going to like stab the general for some reason. When he was through clapping, though, he stroked his beard again. Okay, where am I? Am I in the audience? Am I the jester man? Am I the general? I'm sure you can understand how I felt at the time, sitting up there on that stage. The old general says the kind before taking a sip of water. Oh, he was telling me a story from his leather pouch. His magnificent beard, completely white, so distant are the past events he is recounting. Akaim nods in silence. The general continues, as if mulling over every word. "The more you know about war, the more you feel that way. I'm sure the villagers meant well. They just wanted to pay homage to their hometown hero. No, of course. They weren't being the least bit malicious. My village was has the nicest people in the world, which is exactly why I found the whole thing so painful. I couldn't stand it after a while." Hacking 18 men to bits, the deeds of a hero are related in numbers. Show the man who playfully swung the general's sword on stage that day could never have imagined the ones who lost their lives on the battlefield. The agonizing expressions on their face, the curse in their eyes as they stared into nothing. But that's alright too. People who live peaceful lives don't have to know about such things. That's what people like us are for, to keep their lives far away from the battlefields. Don't you agree? Thanks to us and our killing of enemies, the people we were supposed to protect don't have to know anything about the bloodiness of war. Unless you believe that, what's the point of killing people killing each other? Cam says nothing in reply, without either affirming or negating the old general's words. He stares vaguely at the general's troops. What'd you say your name was, Kaim? I suppose you've killed more enemy soldiers than you can begin to count. There is no way I could count them all, and I thought so. You have a flawless build, the kind that can only be tempered with on the battlefield. Only a man who survived one battle after another could carry himself the way you do with complete naturalness. How does a man like you find himself driving a horse car over a mountain pass? Dude, you gotta change something up every once in a while. Kaim is ready to leave without answering if the old man asks him such a question. But the general inquires no further into Kaim's background. Instead, there's a sense of relief in the smile he bestows on the sight of Kaim wrestling his horses at the pass. I was 16 the first time I went in battle. After that, I just kept running from one fight to another. I made it all the way to general. Until I made it all the way to general. At first, I remember the faces of the men I crossed swords with and killed. Even if you don't try to remember them, they get carved into your memory. I had terrible nightmares, and try as I might, I could never seem to wash off the stench of blood that splashed on my face and hands. That was a hallucination, of course, but it got so bad once that I spent a whole night in the river trying to wash myself off. The general paused a moment to think about his story, then went on, but after a while you get used to it. You get used to the fighting, the killing over and over again, your body and your mind, your heart. Then you just get used to it. That's how people are. So I stopped having nightmares. I killed all the enemy soldiers I could lay my hands on, and I forgot every one of their faces. It's the same for you now, now too, Kaim, isn't it? Maybe so. It's like a curse. If you don't get used to it, your heart breaks. On the other hand, if you do get used to it, your heart probably ends up breaking someplace deeper down. The general casts a fond glance towards his resting troops, then slowly shifting his gaze far down to the foot of the mountain, he says, "So that's what it was like for me back then, when I remember my birthplace in triumph." For the final event of the welcome ceremony, several children mounted the stage. Now, in honor of our hero, the children present the general with a floral wreath made with more... Jesus. The children will present the general a floral wreath more marvelous than the greatest medal there ever was. The audience went wild again. When the children put the wreath on my neck, the general favored them with a warm smile. The first honest smile from the heart that he had managed since climbing onto stage. And finally, a special treat for the general, who began galloping from one battlefield to the next from his native place. The children's chosen representative will read his own original composition, spelling out the joys of the peaceful life of the village. When, with a look of grim intensity, a small boy barely old enough to go into school unfolded his composition and, gripping it in two hands, began to read aloud from it, straining to make himself heard. First, I'm going to write about one of the nicest things that's ever happened to me. At my house, we have a pasture with lots of cows and sheep. One cow had a baby 2 days ago. I helped my daddy by stroking the cow's back with a handful of straw while she was having the baby. That makes the cow warm up so it's easy for her to give birth. The baby was born just before the sun came up. It was a tiny baby, but it can already stand on its legs. A baby, wow. I'm going to take care of this baby until it's big. Dear little calf, hurry up and grow up, okay? The general had tears in his eyes. Now I'm going to write about one of the saddest things that's ever happened to me. That's when my grandma would get sick and died. She was such a nice grandma. I know her sickness made her feel bad, but she was always smiling when I was around. She let me hold her hand when she died. I watched her face the whole time, because I knew I wouldn't be able to see her anymore, and I wanted to remember her even after I grow up. She just kept smiling and smiling for me to the very end. That's why she was always smiling when I think of her. Are you looking down on me from the sky, Grandma? I will never forget you as long as I live. Tears were streaming down the general's face. When the ceremony ended, the general left his village and headed to the town where his army headquarters were located. There he wrote a long letter to the king and gave his sword to his most trusted lieutenant. The general had decided to retire. This is a big surprise to me, as it was to anybody, but when I heard that little boy's essay, it occurred to me, what makes us really human is to celebrate each life that comes into the world and more in each life that is lost. I don't need medals anymore. I didn't need the honor of being allowed into the presence of His Majesty anymore. I wanted to be a real human being again. As a result, overnight, I went from being the village hero to being reviled as a traitor. Oh, God. The general turns his face to Kaim and asks, "So are you going to mock me as a coward who ran away from the battlefield, or blame me for being a deserter who betrayed his own patriotism?" Kaim turns a gentle smile to the old man. "Neither," he says. "As a soldier, you made the wrong decision, but as a human being, you made the right one. The general strokes his beard and says, "My habit has changed too. Nowadays I find myself stroking my beard when I'm embarrassed." The two men look at each other and smile. "Okay, back to work," says the general, standing with a grunt. He calls out to his troops, "All right, men, it's all downhill from here. Let's give it one last push and get back to the village before sunset." The troops under general command consist of 30 sheep, not one of whom is likely to take a person's life. "Tell me, Kaim, are you planning to get back in the battle at some point?" "I don't really know," he replies. "I'm content with herding sheep for now," the general says. "I don't have the least regret in the decision I made that day. It would make me happy to think this could be a kind of lesson for you." With this parting remark, the general turns away from Kaim, begins walking. The sheep amble along with him in newly reformed ranks. Standing at attention, the general raises his right hand and waves to his troop. "Forward march!" The command he once delivered to tens of thousands of men on the battlefield now echoed pleasantly among the mountains of his native village. I don't know. Discovered treasure hunting information memory! What? What do you mean? Where do I go for treasure? System? No. Reams? No. I don't need to watch all these again, right, to get treasure hunting information. This is all we have? I feel like we've seen a lot more. Skills? Items. Treasures. There. Hidden somewhere in Tosca village. A present for Kaim from the village. Or children. Waterfall. Oh, there? Oh, we'll have to do that next time then. And we'll finish exploring the village too. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day. Bye.